Hello guys, welcome to Romjohacks YouTube channel. We are still continuing the Nikto tool, which is a vulnerability analysis tool, and it's a very useful tool. So from the previous video, I was able to introduce you to the tool, which is Nikto. And I want us now we go ahead and we see how we can use the information which we obtained from Nikto to perform some assessment or to perform some analysis. See what are some of the exploits which we will find or which can be undertaken based on the results which we have obtained. So the moment I scroll up there, you can see I have something like I was able to identify the type of server which is supported by my target, which is Apache 2.2.14. So I need to get to understand if this type of operating system or is this server vulnerable to any exploit, or is this a server secure, or is this version of an operating system which is server secure. And for me to get an idea of whether, the moment a vulnerability is discovered, it's uploaded on the public domain to create awareness, to make sure or to enable IT guys to understand there is this one type of vulnerability which is targeting this kind of or this type of an operating system. So that is the reason as to why the moment I just take a step browsing this version of Apache, I'll be able to get some information related to read. So I'll just copy the version. Let me just copy the version of the Apache, then go direct to my browser. Just paste that. Make sure there is no forward slash, and then enter. So what I should supposed to get is basically some information related to that type of or that version of the Apache. So that tells you the moment you check keenly, you'll see something to do with security or Apache version 2.4, 2.2.14 security vulnerabilities. So if it is a matter of doing some research, depending on the information which we got from Nikto, you don't scan and leave it at that point. You need to go ahead and perform or carry out some research based on the information which you have already got. So we have this site which is known as Common Vulnerability Exposure. Those are some of the sites which, when you want to know what are some of the vulnerabilities which have been put on the public domain, those are the sites which you should always be visiting day in, day out. That is one of the sites, Common Vulnerability Exposure. So it gives details related to some of the vulnerabilities which have been identified and have been put on the public domain, excluding the zero-day attacks. So after those attacks have been identified, that is when they get the information and then upload them on their website. So that is based on Apache. Other than these sites, we also have we have a tool in Linux which enables us to carry out such research, and this tool is known as Msf Console. So I'll open a new tab here. Make sure I have sudo permission, and then I'll root user permission. So I'll type sudo, then the name of the tool, which is Msf Console. Msf Console, then enter. So this will enable me to start my Msf Console. Metasploit framework console. Then from there now I can go ahead. As you can see, this tool contains some of the like 200, 2000 or 2052 exploits. Even the payloads, basically payloads are some malicious code, which the moment you upload to your target, they will perform an action which is not allowed, an illegal activity. So those are some of the things which this tool enables us to access. But basically for today, I want us to see how you can search for a vulnerability related to a particular type of server or version of server like the one which we have been able to identify here, Apache 2.4, Apache 2.2.14. So I need this, I need to copy this, then go to that tab where I have started my Apache or my Msf Console, then type. This tool has the capability to search. The reason being we already have exploits covered or addressed by the tool. So what we need, we just need to type search space and then you paste whatever you are trying to search. So we are searching for exploits based on that version of Apache, which is 2.2. So we need to remove the / and then enter. So the moment you enter, you'll get a lot of information. You'll get a lot of information based on that particular Apache, that particular version of Apache, which is 2.2.14. And that is the reason as to you can see here, we have some exploits. And when those exploits were discovered, as you can see, we have the dates right there. We have the degree of the, we have the rank of that particular exploit. So we have these auxiliary adjust scanners. You just need to use that module and then you are good to scan that particular or to perform some doors. You can see here we have a module which you can use to cause or to perform doors to that particular version of Apache. And then we at the end, we have the description right there. So that is basically how you use information which you have got from Nikto to carry out research based on what you want. So remember, we were able to obtain a lot of information. It's not just the server or the version of the server. Now, down there, we were able to see. So after you realize that, as you can see here, we have Python 2.6. Currently, we are talking of Python 3. So you need to make sure if it's outdated, you need to update. You need to update. And the good thing, even the tool tells you or is able to indicate or the current version of Python or any other information which Nikto has been able to identify. So that is the secure version of Python. If you continue using 2.6, that means in your server, that means you can easily be hacked and your data can be at risk or your privacy will be at risk. We have directory listing. Directory listing is a very serious vulnerability which developers don't consider or don't put into consideration. But if you list or if your very important directory is listed, or if I'm able to identify a very confidential directory within your web application, it means I can be able to go ahead, browse that directory, and then I'll be able to check what is inside that directory. As you can see here, we have directory images, we have tests, we have, I'm assuming this test is like, and let's assume this is a school management system. And then I've been able to identify there is a directory known as test. So I'm tempted to think maybe that is the directory which contains the exam management or anything to do with the exam. So after that, I just go ahead and try to browse. So what I need, I just need to go to my browser, then type the IP, that is the URL 192.168.163.138. And then at the end, I had a / then test. So that will take me to some particular, or there will be some information which will be displayed. So that tells you if you find that there is some directory indexing right there, you can easily go ahead and try to browse, check whatever is inside that directory. And if you find some very important or juicy information or some information which can lead you to whatever you want to achieve at the end, That is a bonus. Remember, Nikto is able to go through the whole application, the whole website, and then list what are some of the things which it has been able to come across. And that is the reason as to you can see we have these tests. And also we can see also we have images. So if you want to check what is inside images, you just need to add that a directory right there, images like that, and then you enter. So you can see we have some images there. So it's basically doing some research or based on the results which you get or which you've obtained from Nikto. So there is also something else which I want us to check. We have, let me just go through the output here of the results. We have XSS, cross-site protection is not set. So it means some of the web applications which are hosted in my house. Remember, this is a collection of different applications. It's a collection of different applications. All these are different applications. So it means with the help or using this server, I can be able to access or to perform some cross-site scripting, and I'm able to retrieve some very crucial information from some of these web applications here. I can easily send some script to my target and then get a particular or the shell of that particular or that OS, and then with the shell I can easily do a lot of stuff. I can copy data, I can transfer data, I can even delete the content. The reason being I've been able to obtain the shell of that particular server. So basically that tells you, apart from scanning, you need to go ahead and identify what are some of the juicy informations which you can retrieve. If there is something to do with SQL or the capability of SQL injection, you need to go and put that in real sense. You need to try and perform some SQL injection which will be able to, or which will be performing in the near future. So basically this is all we have been able to identify some vulnerabilities on our target operating system, which is the WASP broken web applications. So in the coming tutorial, in the coming video, I'll be showing you how you can brute force the login credentials for my target, which is WASP. So I'll be showing you how to brute force the login credentials. So please stay tuned, subscribe for notification when this video is uploaded. That is the one for brute forcing the login credential. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.